We've just received reports that large groups of Soviet aircraft have been sighted over Germany, France, Denmark, the Netherlands, and Belgium. Our initial reports show that bombs have been dropped on airfields near Hamburg, Frankfurt, Bitburg, and Fürstenfeldbruck, as well as Amsterdam, Brussels, and Toul. Reports are still coming in, showing extensive damage.
This is X-ray. Urgent.
Hold it, Zebra. I just got an urgent from X-ray. I'm cutting off. Go ahead, X-ray.
Nuclear weapons have been dropped on Osaka, Okinawa, Yokohama, and Tokyo. More information to follow.
That does it. Call air defense and see if they have an established pattern of attack yet on North America. Stand by for a conference call to all our bases.
Yes, sir.
Air defense, this is offense control.
Go ahead, offense control.
We just received a report through Zebra from Supreme Allied Commander Europe and from X-ray in the Far East. The Soviets have just dropped atomic bombs on Allied airfields in Western Europe and in the Far East. Do you have any further information yet on the pattern of attack on this continent?
No, nothing definite. We've made several widely dispersed interceptions, but their pattern of attack is still doubtful. They're not firing blanks. Unless you have something else, I'm switching off.
No more. Out. General Turner.
Yes, sir.
General Larson. The command post is calling.
This is Larson. Go ahead.
Dick, this is Brooks.
The President has authorized the Joint Chiefs to give the order for your forces to proceed to target. Release quick strike. Repeat, you are authorized to give the order to proceed to assigned targets. Release quick strike. That is all.
Acknowledge.
Roger. Release quick strike and proceed to target. Acknowledged. Bye. Release quick strike. Have all alert force aircraft proceed to assigned targets. Launch all available missiles. On these proceed to target orders, make sure you get the word to everyone. I don't want anyone turning back because we couldn't contact him.
Yes, sir. Are you ready on the conference call?
Yes, sir.
This is General Turner. All units, all quick strike aircraft, proceed to assigned targets. I say again, all quick strike aircraft, proceed to assigned targets. Attention missile sites. Fire at will on designated targets. Repeat. Fire at will on designated targets.
The offense force has launched a double punch, planes and missiles. All coordinated by the senior controller and his staff under direction of the commander. Give me your attention here, please. We have now released Plan Quick Strike. Repeat, we have now released Plan Quick Strike. Our missile sites are launching at will. I want to brief you, bring you up to the minute to be sure you understand the timing. An hour ago, the alert force execution order was issued. 15 minutes later, this force was in the air, headed for its targets. 10 minutes ago, we canceled recall procedures. and release these aircraft to carry out their full war plan missions. The remainder of the force has been prepared for evacuation. It is now being placed in strike configuration and will be committed as part of the follow-through strike force as soon as orders are given. The bulk of the alert force took off from these bases in the United States to carry out their full war plan missions. These were the takeoff base areas for the forces in the United States. The rest were launched from overseas. Most of the aircraft already deployed to forward operating bases are tankers. Some of the medium bombers took off from intermediate bases. And from the United Kingdom, North Africa, Alaska, and the Far East. These aircraft will rendezvous with their tankers in these refueling areas. Refueling report should be coming in within the next hour. Those aircraft taking off from forward bases will approach the Soviet early warning radar net, shown here by the dotted line, in less than 1/2 hour. Lead aircraft of these other attacking forces will reach the outer limit of the net at the same time. Meanwhile, forces from these bases are also approaching the net. At designated H hour, lead aircraft of all these forces will penetrate the net and launch a simultaneous attack.
Sergeant,
Yes, sir.
First attack will be...
make sure the weather people are standing by. When this briefing is over, I want a complete recheck of the weather in all refueling areas.
Yes, sir.
The main attack will continue this effort and strike all elements of his air power. 1 hour after penetrating the net, lead aircraft will be at the position shown by this line. Remember, this is a bomb-as-you-go concept. Targets are bombed progressively. Shallow targets first, with the strike continuing to deeper targets. This enhances the penetration capability of succeeding waves. This pattern is essential because we are playing the Soviets' game. He picked the time of day. He knows we're coming. We must use every trick to overwhelm him. This line shows the positions of lead aircraft 2 hours after the first penetration. Targets in these areas will come under attack from the succeeding waves. In the 3rd hour, after crossing the early warning net, the leaders of the first penetration will have progressed to these positions and will go on to strike targets in this last area. Withdrawals are generally along shortest routes to friendly post-strike bases or refueling areas. We will start getting strike reports within 3 hours, and we'll continue to get those reports for an additional 10 hours. This will be the critical time in the control room, and I want all reports posted as fast and as accurately as possible. This concludes the briefing.
Offense Control, this is Air Defense, over.
Go ahead, Air Defense. This is Offense Control.
The hostiles are beginning to establish a pattern of attack. There appears to be 3 main thrusts. One in the northeast, one slightly east of center, and one in the northwest. We're throwing everything at them, fighters and missiles. But we estimate that there will be enemy bombers over Loring and Fairchild in as little as 45 minutes. You may have less time if they get any help from the jet stream. That is all.
What's the status of the rest of the force?
We can launch 345 more bombers now. We've coded this strike follow through.
Launch them immediately. Then give the execution order to get all remaining aircraft in the air. When you have your acknowledgments, pass control to Hillbilly.
Yes, sir. Set up a conference call.
Yes, sir.
Also, call operations. Tell them to have my plane in takeoff position in 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.